Hi everyone, Alan here once again. Yeah, I'm extremely sorry. I've just put 3 of the same video up. You know, it's just one of those things that's been happening of late. I've got Adrian's Digital Basement on at the moment on YouTube. He's fixing some machines. Yeah, I'm going to try and get some video done today, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. It depends if it's absolutely chucking it down or not. You know, I'm just waiting to see what the weather's going to be like. And I think my internet has just dropped. I don't know, but we'll see what happens, see what's happened. And yeah, I just hope everybody's okay. I just seen Walk on the Wild Side's video about the he's redone Cookson Street again. Yeah, I just hope the guy takes good care of himself, really, you know, because you know, those types of places can be very hit and miss. Some of the brothels in Blackpool are, well, organised crime, I think, that get involved with that. But you know, there are certain parts of Blackpool you don't really want to go, and this, that, and the other. I've also been seeing Norbreck Castle coming up a lot more of late. Another family went to Norbreck Castle, and well, they didn't have such a pleasant stay. The place, they what do you call it? They booked a room for 2 days. They didn't stay 2 days. I think they stayed about 4 or 5 hours, and they went round they had a look at the room and had a closer look at the room and everything, and they decided they went back to reception and complained about the room, that it was dirty and it hadn't been cleaned, and it hadn't been cleaned in months, and you know, they paid such and such a price, and the woman behind the desk and said, "What do you expect?" You know. Yeah, it's about time that Blackpool Council really started coming down on these hotels, because it's about time that chains like Britannia hotels didn't get away with this sort of thing, you know. The major problem is with Britannia hotels is that they try and cut corners as much as they can, if they can and when they can. Well, it was the families turned round and said, like, I wouldn't send refugees there, but Britannia are well known for, shall we say, crappy service, crappy rooms. Because what do you expect from a company that owns Pontins? You know, they've got a reputation of being basically the slumlord hotels. You know, the people who run Britannia are people who don't really give a monkeys about the guests and that, because like one summer, I think it was Pontins Southport. It were. I think a couple of summers ago, before the pandemic. What it was a warm afternoon. It was a warm afternoon, and it was festering. It was festering. They've been to Pontins Southport, and they stayed there for a couple of days, and then they started noticing that some of the kids had bites all over them, and basically what happened were that they found out they had mites, bed mites and stuff, and I think it was bed bugs as well, and they went. A lot of them got them, and they basically chewed the child's skin, and because that's what they live off, ain't it? Anything that they can basically chew and eat. And they took them to Hesketh Urgent Care to get them sorted out, and the staff at Urgent Care had to basically clean the place, really disinfect the place after they'd been, because bed mites in that sort of clinical place, it would have run riot. So, they asked them where they'd been, and they said, "You didn't stay at Pontins, by the way, did you?" And she said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, get your kids out. Whatever you do, find an area like a shower or something, and just wash your kids down, and then once you've washed your kids down, put this stuff on them, and let your GP ring your GP, and as soon as you get home, but don't go back there, because the place is absolutely full of them. We've had quite a lot of cases of that today. That's what they said to him, and he said that place needs really knocking down. And yeah, whatever you do, don't use Britannia hotels or Pontins, because they're absolute death. The incubators for mites and stuff, and you don't want that sort of thing. You don't want that sort of thing and bringing that into your own homes, because they are sort of a health hazard, not just to you but to others. So if you ever see a cheap hotel deal, be very suspicious on why it's so cheap, and do a bit of shall we say detective work before you go, because you don't want to get bed bugs, you don't want to get insects, especially if you've got kids. You don't want them chewing your kids' skin biting them and everything. You know, you don't want that sort of thing, because bed bugs and stuff, like, you know, if you get bed bugs, you've had it, you know. You have to take all the sheets off, take the thing off. You have to take everything out. You have to strip the actual place down to get rid of them if they get into your premises, because they lay eggs all over the place, and they basically turn your house into a big massive bug's nest when, if they do run out of control, and you have to get a pest control company in to get rid of them. And yeah, and you have to keep your place really, really clean to keep the buggers out. And you know, so you've been warned. If you go to somewhere, you know, if you go to somewhere like that, you know, you're gonna have to like clean everything down and everything before you go home. You know, make sure you haven't got any bugs or anything from the place that you stayed, because you don't want to take that home with you, because it'll basically turn round and infest your house. So, you know, as I said, I've got Adrian's Digital Basement going on in the background. I hope I don't get a takedown notice for that. I'd like to give a few shout outs to the usual suspects: PT Vlogs, Take a Walk on the Wild Side, Visit Wild Coast. Who else was there? Visit Helen's Crowd, Loud and Proud. Like Old Blackpool Biker, Blackpool and Beyond, Leica, and Old Blackpool Biker, and all the other bloggers in Blackpool. Yeah, and Beyond the Edge. Yeah, who do a really, 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 really good bunch of vlogs, and a lot of these vlogs are very informative and really good. Really good. I really enjoy them. And I forgot to mention Colin, Building Blackpool Better. He does a really good series of blogs about Blackpool, about businesses that are starting up and what's going on in the town and everything. If you see his blogs, please give him some thumbs up. And all the bloggers of Blackpool, really, because they take the time and energy to, you know, to tell you what's really going on at Blackpool. Not just a gloss over the bad parts of it. You know, they really do go for what real life is like in Blackpool, in and out of the season. And yeah, in quite a lot of areas in Blackpool, it's a bit of an eye-opener. And yeah, you'd think, how can people live there like that? But you know, it's just one of those things. Right, I'm gonna bugger off now, because I'm just gonna go have a drink and listen to Adrian's Digital Basement for a bit, and then I'm gonna go and have a kip. So, you know, we'll see what happens. So it's bye from me for now. And 3, 2, 1, click.